Welcome to Our Connected World, a podcast series from TE Connectivity featuring straight talk for engineers about today's technology trends and the technical challenges in driving innovations crucial to making the world safer, sustainable, productive, and connected. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our Connected World, a podcast series from TE Connectivity. I'm your host, Tyler Kern. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the show. Today's episode focuses on the challenges and solutions for eVTOL designers when creating eVTOL platforms. And joining me today is our subject matter expert. Her name is Taylor Fitzpatrick. She's the product manager of Power Connectors at TE Connectivity. She's going to give us all the insights and expertise here on this topic. Taylor, welcome to the program. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Tyler.
Absolutely. So, Taylor, start us off. Which challenges does an eVTOL designer face when creating the eVTOL platform?
I think one of the biggest challenges in eVTOL is battery management and battery awareness. So if the battery power is ever depleted, eVTOL aircrafts may not be able to glide or auto-rotate to accommodate a loss in power. Since these aircrafts will be flying at lower altitudes, it could be a huge safety concern. Besides just storing enough power for flight, we also meet the extreme power requirements to take off. It's like a chain reaction. So to create lift, the system requires lots of power, which needs to be managed efficiently. However, when you try to efficiently manage power, it requires high voltages, and that ultimately leads to higher temperatures. So designers really must consider all three of these variables when creating their eVTOL platform. And this is not just for the needs of the aircraft. You also need fast charging capability to be considered by the designers on the ground. So these eVTOLs will be making numerous flights a day and will require recharging between flights. This is why power management is the biggest challenge. Designers are responsible for helping with the reliability and performance of the onboard battery and power system, as well as the ground charging system.
That's a great point. These will obviously need to charge quickly. I wish everything in my life charged a little bit more quickly, right? And I suppose it makes sense that that's a challenge and something to overcome with these vehicles as well. So how are TE's connectors really helping to solve these particular challenges, Taylor?
Well, so TE has decades of experience in automotive and aerospace connector applications. It's a great opportunity for a company like us to be familiar with the standards in both markets. So at TE, we're using our expertise to build a range of power distribution systems that can meet the needs of these new eVTOL platforms. So power systems on eVTOL platforms will make up most of the weight and space on the aircraft. So TE's engineering team works to minimize the size and weight of their power management systems. We do that by using new materials and processes without compromising the reliability and performance of the connectors.
That's really interesting. So when you talk about, having standards for both automotive and aerospace applications, how does TE help to meet those robust standards, really the combining of the standards from both of those particular markets?
Yeah, so like I said before, our connectors or solutions can be derived from our automotive experience or our aerospace experience. We have a cross-industry product portfolio that includes products that are qualified to both military and commercial specifications. Now, these specs require passing vigorous test plans. We have experience in testing products in high altitudes for corona effect, as well as vibration and shock for the use in rugged environments. So TE is prepared for meeting those testing requirements for eVTOL platforms, whether it's driven by the automotive or aerospace industry, and that's kind of something that's being determined still.
That's really interesting. So what product options can TE offer for eVTOL power management? What are some of the options that exist there?
Well, at TE, we offer a broad portfolio of products. So we have AC and DC power connectors in a variety of configurations to really fit all your needs. TE's high voltage DC relays and contactors were designed really to operate in extremely harsh environments, making it a very great solution for an eVTOL aircraft. TE's portfolio also includes Polamco high power circular connectors. They offer a simple and effective way of terminating power with up to 1,000 amp capability. And a few of our high voltage power solutions include terminals and splices, as well as lug options for those quick connections. Recently, we've developed a lightweight product that offers power and signal connections in one connector, so it's saving space in a customer's application. And these are just a few of the products we're offering today. But as the eVTOL industry grows, I think TE is ready to help designers develop new connection technology for these future platforms.
That's a great point, and we want this podcast to be a resource for engineers and for future developers and development, so that people can come and learn about TE solutions and what TE is doing in the eVTOL market. And so that is something I'm particularly interested to continue to see develop and continue to see grow as time moves on. So Taylor, do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you want to mention here before we sign off today, just to wrap up this episode and tie a bow onto the end of it? Anything that you want to make sure that our audience walks away with before we sign off today?
For more information on what TE is doing for the urban air market, you can visit our website at te.com/urban-air-mobility. And you'll be able to see all the connector options, all the wire options that we are designing for eVTOL and other urban air mobility applications.
There you go. te.com/urban-air-mobility. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
There we go. That is the website you can go to if you have questions, if you want to learn more information about what TE is doing, and the fabulous people there like Taylor who are working on these solutions and can share their expertise and the different solutions with you that TE is working on. So Taylor Fitzpatrick, product manager for power connectors at TE Connectivity. Taylor, thank you so much for joining me here on the podcast today and sharing a little bit more about the work that you're doing in this area and some of the solutions you're creating.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely. And everyone, thank you for tuning into this episode of Our Connected World, a podcast series from TE Connectivity. We have a lot of podcasts in this series, so make sure to go back and check out some of the previous episodes as well that dive into the eVTOL market, and stay tuned for more episodes. The best way to do that is to visit TE's website and also by going to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, searching for Our Connected World and subscribing while you're there to stay up to date with the latest. And stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more episodes of the show. But for this one, for my guest today, Taylor Fitzpatrick, I've been your host, Tyler Kern. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning into our conversation. You can learn more about the solutions we discussed today by visiting te.com, where you can connect with our engineer support teams and sign up for Circuit, our monthly trends newsletter featuring a selection of articles on tech innovation written by engineers for engineers. To find out more, follow us on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, as well as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, think big, move fast, and make every connection count.